You're saying I got this. Perfect.
Yes. Features coming up.
This is where she was worried about the wind. Nicely done.
Approach.
Here's this big one. Going nice and deep and handling final straightaway. Styling it out on the step down. What do we got over this trick jump here? A suicide no-hander. She got a good size drop here into a satellite dish. Let's see if she can keep it smooth and maybe throw a trick on this final jump. The judges have been rewarding even just a suicide no-hander. She's going for the tough no-hander
here right now. So tough moment for Chelsea.
Here we go.
But I think.
Yes! Oh man,
my God.
Okay,
Well,
so.
She's unfazed. Two, one.
And here we go. Yep. Slow down. Okay.
Yes! She goes for the backflip, Tina.
So Robin's about the middle of her run right now. She gets that backflip, but has some more big features coming up.
This is where she was worried about the wind. Nicely done. It's the biggest drop on her line. Got another trickable feature down here at the bottom. Let's see what she decides.
Right here, bringing you down to the bottom. What's Robin got him?
Here we go, one more trick jump. She flips that one too. Absolutely stopped. What a moment.
And there we go. The first woman to drop in at Red Bull Rampage, and she goes top to bottom and includes the drops and the flips, Cam.
Talk about rising to the occasion.
And now I think, you know, she can breathe a sigh of relief. We can breathe a sigh of relief. It's so heavy. All right, so Georgia, just taking a breath.
Rider number 4, Georgia Astle. 3, 2, 1. She'll gonna bring it.
And Cam, you and I were talking about her earlier and just how calculated she is. She comes from that racing background, and she's very methodical as well.
She's also really good in the steeps. I mean, her braking control and her body position is something that makes me think we're gonna see her not have to put a foot down in this chute, but only time will tell. She's in it. There we go. She has a different line where she wraps up and around, has a good sized drop right here into a big left-hand berm. Clean. A jump coming up. Bit of an in-out bull here until she's lining up for the big drop. We saw Robin, your current #1 rider. We saw Robin ride off this drop. It's 41 feet tip to tip.
What I like about Georgia's line is she does a little bit different approach.
Here's this big one. Going nice and deep and handling that landing impact with the composure you'd expect from Georgia Astle. Final straightaway. Styling it out on the step down. What do we got over this trick jump here? A suicide no-hander. That's what you need to do right there.
And Georgia Astle, the Whistler native, completes a run top to bottom and takes that unique approach, going down Ryder's right side of the mountain, weaving in technical lines and then also those drops at the end.
This is a really tight drop in here. You see she's riding Ryder's left instead of straight down the middle. She has her own unique path.
Yeah, and she has her mic on. And coming up is one of the most technical features, this steep laundry chute.
Here's that. Perfect. Oh, a little spicier than in practice.
And now, Casey Brown puts together a run from top to bottom. Cam, what do you make of that?
Hey, first 2 runs in the first ever women's category in Red Bull Rampage, straight to the finish corral with style and ease.
Flowing like the beer.
For me, it's a dream come true to win at Red Bull Rampage. I've wanted to come here for so long. So to finally do that is like so special. And I think for the sport, it doesn't matter who won, like whoever won today, it was like gonna make history no matter what. And for the sport, it's just gonna be massive. It's gonna like inspire new riders and just push the scene further. Yeah, to win at Red Bull Rampage is honestly so special. I feel like I put a lot of work in this week, and same with my team. So yeah, it's been a lot to get to this moment, and just winning is the icing on top. I think I probably had the nattiest chute off the top. I wanted to build something that was like hardly built, you know, like just chip a few rocks away, take a couple bushes out and just ride the thing as natural as possible. That was probably one of the cooler features I had, but one of the more challenging parts was the big trick jump after that chute. Trying to gauge your speed from that chute into the jump was like really different every single time, because it was just like rough and raw and you couldn't get it consistent. So that was probably the hardest bit to work out. For now, I think the backflips I've got pretty comfortable, and everyone else is catching up. I've seen a lot of the girls doing flips and they're right there. So yeah, I think for now it kind of is what like sets me apart, but going into next year I know it's going to have to level up again if I want to stay on top. Yeah, so it's been a massive week. We arrived here like 10 days ago and it's just been we've gone from scout day to build days to testing days, and as soon as you get to testing you realize you've still got more building to do, so it's like test and build, and then you feel like you've not had enough practice in those 3 days leading up to the event. This morning we had a lot of wind, so it was like I feel like we faced every challenge possible for a Rampage. So getting to this point and finishing and being first is like insane.
I feel so amazed by how all the girls did this week, and I'm really pumped with just getting to the bottom and being pretty dialed in with my run.
Tell us about your line.
Yeah, I chose a line that kind of catered to my style, but also we didn't have a ton of room to go full free ball. We were using the terrain. There's 8 of us in a pretty crammed spot, so I ended up choosing a unique to me feature and then linked back in with all the other girls. And then Robin had the brainchild of the big drop, and immediately I saw it. It looked nothing how it does now. Like, that drop took 4 full days to build, mostly the landing. And that was the highlight of my entire week, was getting through that drop and then just lacing it all together at the end. Well, I'm proud of the drop for sure, but I think ultimately I'm really proud of my headspace, because I think that's a really big part of the game, is not only your riding, but you have to you have to like keep the vibes rolling, and it sucks if you get knocked down or you're in your own head. So that was a big thing for me, was just having fun the entire build process and throughout all practice too. Yeah, this is a huge moment for me. I think I never knew if this moment would happen, if Rampage for the women would exist while I was still competing. And I'm just so blown away that we got to do this. We were kind of the pioneers with formation, and that's really cool that we could have this opportunity. And now Rampage, the door is open for girls to come.
I'm over the moon. I'm just so stoked to get a top to bottom run that was fairly clean, and everyone had a really good runs. I mean, there were some crashes and stuff, but generally we put on an amazing show. Yeah, I'm super proud of our line. I mean, my diggers worked really hard. We all worked really hard together, and we chose the line because of the aspect and sort of the features that were on it, and it was a little protected from the wind, because we know how it is out here. It can really pick up in an instant and be quite dangerous to ride. So yeah, having a safe line was really important to me. My proudest moment was definitely guinea pigging that laundry chute that we built. It was so scary. I didn't really know what was going to happen, so I had to kind of leave it up to my mountain biking skills and sort of like, yeah, basically just had to do it and figure it out on the fly. So that was a hard one for me to do. Yeah. Honestly, like, having an event at this stature for women is unreal. The trickle down effect is going to be like spread far and wide. There's going to be so many young girls watching this, and hopefully it inspires them to stay in sports.